Stay with me here, for what I'm about to share with you may change the way you think about solitude, and perhaps, about yourself. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, you're likely no stranger to the concept of solitude. Yet, in a world that often celebrates extroversion and constant connectivity, solitude can seem like a luxury, or even a punishment. But what if I told you that solitude is, in fact, the crucible of authentic human experience? Let's take a step back and explore this idea. The ancient Stoics, for instance, revered solitude as a means to cultivate inner strength and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote about the importance of withdrawing from the world to focus on one's own thoughts and reflections. He believed that solitude allowed him to confront his own flaws and weaknesses, and to develop a greater sense of self-awareness. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, similarly advocated for solitude as a means to achieve spiritual growth and inner peace. He wrote that solitude was essential for the soul to recover from the weariness of the world. But the value of solitude wasn't limited to the Stoics. The pre-Socratic philosopher Heraclitus also saw solitude as a catalyst for insight and understanding. He believed that the individual must withdraw from the world to discover their own truth, and that solitude was necessary for the soul to find its own way. Parmenides, another pre-Socratic thinker, similarly emphasized the importance of solitude in his philosophical poem, arguing that the individual must journey within themselves to discover the truth of existence. As you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, what would you have done if you had been given a chance to withdraw from the world, to be alone with your thoughts and reflections? Would you have taken it, or would you have been too afraid to confront your own mind? The Hellenistic schools, too, placed a high value on solitude. The Epicureans, for example, believed that solitude was essential for the pursuit of happiness and the cultivation of friendships. They argued that individuals should strive to be self-sufficient, and that solitude was a means to achieve this goal. The Cynics, on the other hand, saw solitude as a way to reject the conventions of society and to live in accordance with nature. They believed that solitude allowed individuals to strip away the artificial trappings of civilization and to discover their own true nature. Now, I'd like to pause here for a moment. Think about this. How often do you find yourself alone with your thoughts, without the distraction of technology or the presence of others? What do you do with that time? Do you find that you're able to focus on your own reflections, or do you find your mind wandering? As we fast forward to the modern era, we see that the importance of solitude hasn't diminished. In fact, many modern thinkers have argued that solitude is more essential than ever in our hyper-connected world. Montaigne, for instance, wrote extensively about the value of solitude in his essays, arguing that it was essential for intellectual and spiritual growth. Pascal, too, saw solitude as a means to cultivate inner strength and wisdom, and he often withdrew from society to focus on his own reflections. But here's where it gets interesting. Even as we recognize the importance of solitude, many of us struggle to incorporate it into our daily lives. We're constantly bombarded with notifications, social media updates, and the demands of work and relationships. It's easy to feel like we're always on, like we're always being pulled in multiple directions. And this is where solitude comes in, as a counterbalance to the noise and distractions of modern life. This is important because it's easy to miss. Solitude isn't just about withdrawing from the world, it's also about engaging with your own inner world. It's about developing a deeper understanding of yourself, your values, and your goals. And it's about cultivating a sense of inner peace and contentment that isn't dependent on external circumstances. As you navigate the challenges of modern life, I encourage you to think about how you can incorporate more solitude into your daily routine. This might mean setting aside time each day to meditate, journal, or simply sit in silence. It might mean taking a walk alone in nature, or engaging in a hobby that brings you joy. Whatever it looks like, I invite you to experiment with solitude to see what it can do for you. Now, I want to challenge you. Do you agree that solitude is essential for personal growth and self-awareness, or do you think differently? I read every comment. Tell me below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. As we continue on this journey of exploration, let's turn to the ideas of some modern thinkers. Kierkegaard, for instance, saw solitude as a necessary condition for authentic existence. He believed that individuals must take responsibility for their own lives, and that solitude was essential for this process. Schopenhauer, too, emphasized the importance of solitude, arguing that it was necessary for intellectual and artistic creativity. And then, of course, there's Nietzsche, who famously declared that solitude is the soil in which genius is planted. He believed that solitude allowed individuals to tap into their own creative potential and to bring forth new ideas and innovations. But here's the thing, solitude isn't just about achieving some kind of lofty goal or state, it's also about being present in the moment. It's about embracing the beauty of simplicity and finding joy in the quiet moments of life. As Thoreau wrote, "In wildness is the preservation of the world." And I would argue that solitude is a kind of wildness, a way of stripping away the distractions of the world and connecting with our own inner nature. Carry this thought with you: solitude is not the absence of others, but the presence of self. As we near the end of our journey, I want to invite you to reflect on your own experiences with solitude. Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Have you found that solitude has been a catalyst for growth and self-awareness in your own life? Tell me what you think in the comments. I read every single one. Subscribe to continue this journey. New wisdom arrives every week, and you'd like to explore more ideas like this, consider subscribing to our channel. We're always exploring the deeper questions of human existence, and we'd love to have you join us on this journey. As we come to a close, I want to leave you with a final reflection. Solitude is not always easy, and it's not always comfortable. But it's in those moments of solitude that we may discover our greatest insights, our deepest wisdom, and our most profound connections with ourselves and the world around us. So I encourage you to seek out solitude, to embrace it, and to let it become a catalyst for growth, creativity, and transformation in your own life.